What up, chat?
Because we are your friends, you never be
오래네.
You gave me rainbows and butterflies. We did enjoy a happiness. When our love was over, I was such a mess. I smiled at you and you smiled back. That's when I knew there's no turning back. You said you loved me and I did too. And although it's over, I still love you. You're in my mind, you're in my heart. I wish I knew right from the start. All my friends said you break my heart, a heartbreaker right from the start. I tried to fight it, I tried so hard, and every day I pray to God that you and me were meant to be. But you had another, you had a lover, and now it's gone. I don't know why, I feel like crying, just wanna die. I can't look at you, and you know why. Though I tried so hard to catch your eye. You're in my mind, you're in my heart. I wish I knew right from the start. All my friends said you break my heart, a heartbreaker right from the start. You're in my mind, you're in my heart. I wish I knew right from the start. All my toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind. I look for peace, but see I don't attain. What I need for keeps this silly game we play. Now look at this. Madness, the magnet keeps attracting me. I try to run, but see I'm not that fast. I think I'm first, but surely finish last. Cause day and night, the lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night. He's all alone through the day and night. The lonely loner seems to free his mind at night. At night, day and night. The lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night. He's all alone, some things will never change. The lonely loner seems to free his mind at night. At night. At night. At night. At night. At night. Hold the phone. The lonely stoner, Mr. Solo Dolo. He's on the move, can't seem to shake the shade. Within his dreams, he sees the life he made. The pain is deep. A silent sleeper, you won't hear a beep beep. The girl he wants don't see no one in two. It seems the feelings that she had her through. Cause day and night, the lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night. He's all alone through the day and night. The lonely loner seems to free his mind at night. At night, day and night. The lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night. He's all alone, some things will never change. The lonely loner seems to free his mind at night. At night. At night. At night.
What's up, Imperator? Yeah, we're gonna get through this chapter today, or I'm gonna die trying. Come on out here. No, I hear you. Yeah.
Glitter on the wet streets, silver over everything. The river's all wet, you're all chrome. I'm dripping with alchemy. Shiver, stop shivering. The glitter's all wet.
through. Hungry for strength, no will take me away. I'm not cruel, do what you see, but you club did it with me. Hungry for life, what's your pity? I don't want what you give it.
You always have a
Gojira.
Calling me high on the telephone. Came by plane all alone. Spend the afternoon making a speech. Speech made you nervous that you couldn't eat. You came to show your mad love. Came to tell it's not enough. Come and erase me and take me with you. Kiss me, I'm drunk, don't worry, it's true. I wanted to show you how mad is my love. Come and attack me, it's not gonna hurt. I mean, deny me if I appear when it close. Let's make love and listen that from above. Let's make love. Let's make love and listen that from above. You know my ideas when they were in my head. They were my secret, even in plans. Wind them bed, then more than again. Wind them bed, then more than again. Run, run, run to make a heart shake. Kiss, 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 we might deserve pay. I'm gonna get what I'm willing to take. This got a worth the miles you make. Come back, I'll warm you up. Make me breakfast, I'll make it up. You are so talented, I'm in love. Let's make love and listen that from above. Let's make love. Let's make love and listen that from above. I'm back with a smack and I'm ready to attack. Stare at my lips and say they are wet. I know how you're doing, but look in your pants. And this is how we call it a comeback. And listen that from above. Sing your name on the microphone. Going back home all alone. Listen to the tunes that you sent me. Listen to them, good company. I want to show my mad love. You have to know it's not enough. Come and complete me, stay here with me. This is all true, it's water I drink. I want you to show me how mad is your love. Come and attack me, it's not gonna hurt. Fight me, deny me, fear when it closes. Let's make love and listen that from above. Let's make love. Let's make love and listen that from above. Let's make love. Let's make love and listen that from above. Let's make love. Let's make love and listen that from above.
Getting low, low on the ground. 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 Getting low, low on the ground.
Mm-mm.
MCMI, people call me off. When I rock the party, you bust a nut. Feet is breaking out the beat. Shit be harder than me. Me and he are cruising militia.
Oh, shit.
Better
What is
watch
this
out,
trash?
my clan gets vicious. Badass.
Ricky, bloody beers.
ideas when they were in my head. They were my secret, even in plans. Wine and bed and more than again. Wine and bed and more than again. Run, run, run to make a heart shake. Kiss, 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 we make this earthquake. I'm gonna get what I'm willing to take. This got worth the miles you make. Come back, I'll warm you up. Make me breakfast, don't make it up. You are so talented, I'm in love. Let's make love and listen that from above. Let's make love. Let's make love and listen that from above. I'm back with a smack and I'm ready to attack. Stare in my lips and see they are wet. I know how you're doing by looking your pants, and this is how we call it a comeback. And listen that from above. Screaming your name on the microphone. Going back home all alone. Listen to the tunes that you send me. Listen to them, good company. I want to show my mad love. You have to know it's not enough. Come and complete me, stay here with me. This is all true, it's water I drink. I want you to show me how mad is your love. Come and attack me, it's not gonna hurt. Find me denying you for fear in the clothes. Let's make love and see that from above. Let's make love. Let's make love and listen that from above. Let's make love. Let's make love and listen that from above. Let's make love. Let's make love and listen that from above.
had 7 faces. Thought I knew which one to wear. But I'm sick of spending these lonely nights.
I fucking hate Pinterest so much.
The days they go slow, the nights they go fast. It's only some time till we get together. I'm out in the streets, I'm waiting for you. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Looking, the method is clear. In waiting for you, I think I need a distraction. I'm not staying in, I'm searching for you. I can never find you. Go downtown with the drugs in my body. Step back up on the life of the party. Come back home and we'll get something started. Stay up late with some heat in my mind. Go downtown with the drugs in my body. Step back up Sacrifice all that you got. Push it down, son, it's more than just lip. Come on, girls, I know you know what you want. Come on now, come on.
Shit sucks. Allergic to my own bullshit. Alright, so cool. Now we can fucking chill out for a second. Alright, so what was I trying to do there? Anybody who's still... Yeah, shout out to anybody who was with me. So we got about 4 pages done there. So this is me trying to rewrite the chapter and trying to encompass and note that I may be hitting a little too much in here, which is sort of their sense of awe at... the Rapasaurus is built by, like, essentially Titan-like figures that are much, much larger than human beings and just have different standards of time and so forth. Like, the Seether in this place are functionally immortal. And so the little people, like, growing through here should constantly be confronted by a sense that they are out of scope, out of scale. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. 'Cause you're out of my head when you're not around. So, like, Hall & Oaks the whole time that they're blundering through this place. So we hit that note a lot, and it's definitely a note that could become sour. I like that. I can't get away with, like, the Rapasaurus reconciliation. That's gay. I can't do that. But we try to bridge it out a little bit to where they're becoming much more familiar with the sense of, like, they're continually confronted by their inadequacy in the face of all this. And this is something where in the rewrite, which we're going to do a second edit after this, we have to smooth it out a little bit. And in fact, I'm going to make a note here. Let's see. All right, let's make a comment here. Okay, because you can only be stunned by your insectine like tininess so many times. All right, so things that like really lead me to this, like things that or other works that I like that are kind of similar to what I would like to get across, but I'm not doing so far. It's going to take some work to get there to where we can, like, elegantly describe what it's like to be caught in something like a giant alien spaceship or an immense ancient rune of titans and so forth. So I think R. Scott Bakker has some neat sections where this is in the, like, Prince of Nothing, or what I think it's his first series there. He has some series where the characters are traveling through a tunnel of some ancient race that I think is really cool. And then the number one, Lured. Oh, so lured is like glowering around. We looked up the word a second ago, but lured is, I would say, it's kind of halfway between scowling and glowering. They're just, like, looking around, upset, unhappy, dour. It fits a lot of cool phonemes into that. I'll take your word for it. Well, don't take my word for it, because I had to look it up on fucking Wikipedia. So here's lure. So it's derived from Middle English lurlin, to frown, scowl, or to be dark, overcast, to droop, wither, fade, look, skulk. From lulan, and so the actual definition here, third person singular, lures, to frown, to look sullen, to be dark, gloomy, threatening. This is a good word. Yeah, I'm gonna okay, so I've seen lowering before, but I haven't seen luring before. I like that it also blends into lurid. It's a good word to throw in here. It probably doesn't need to be. We could have just had scowled, like, and then everybody would get it immediately. But not quite the same to me. But anyhow, I'm not focusing on individual words there. So the number one like epic feeling, you are outside of your scope, completely out of your ball game, just looking on something giant and wondrous that has nothing to do with you, has to be Solaris. The sections in Solaris where they are looking at the alien, sort of like the alien structures, where the planet-wide ocean of plasma is just generating these city-sized structures. And what Lem does that's really ingenious there is he describes them in the vocabulary of scientists who are trying to put these things into context, right? And he does a really good job. Really, like, the cool thing about Solaris is that everything is written sort of in the scientific language of researchers who are struggling to understand something that may ultimately be inexplicable. It's in my top 3, so definitely worth checking out if you have never read Solaris. It is a book that has to hit you at the right time in your life, and I hit it at like exactly the right time after a couple attempts to read it earlier. So that's what we're going for there. And this chapter is also meant to set the stage for like a pivotal moment where the other party members no longer realize that El Shalah should be in charge. And this is something that I'm just developing recently, so we're going to have to go back and write into it. You can see as I'm editing through it, we immediately find like a place in the reality, right? Like if we're doing this change up right here, we have to go back a little bit earlier because the character, like he finds a magic sword. Immediately she would have done like it's like a fancy version of detect magic on it there. So she would have immediately done that. And like recognizing that is super useful. I gotta say, the just having music on, and just going through the editing without responding to chats, we got so much more done today. So I'm very happy about that. It's like something that I can work through. I'm sure that I got banned off of Facebook for streaming video. Let me see. Do they bother me with this? Your stream has been blocked for cockdocking. I don't know that I'm actually blocked for cockdocking. I think oh Lord. All right, well, it doesn't look too bad. I got a new patron the other day. I'm going to try and update, since we're going to be doing this every day, I'm going to update some of I'll probably put like a shitty timer on this that cajoles people into joining the Patreon. I might make a Discord, which would just be me sitting in there, and connect a bot with it. So, the standard stuff that you do with setting up a Twitch stream or whatever. I haven't really put any effort into it because this was something I was just doing to edit with like a few of my friends. But I'm enjoying it, and I now feel like I have a mechanic where I can do it there. So are we successful with 3:14? We've done about half of the chapter, and then we have a budget of 3 pages left to get an important plot point in. But we're cutting out some of the bullshit that's in the other chapter. I think it's like a 10 or 15 page chapter. And what I really want to get across is them finding another book of Vadabo, right? And let me see. Okay, so I want to have some depictions where they find panels that are still intact. So if you have been reading through the Rapasaurus, which I don't think like a lot of people have read through these, but what you'll find later is like this entire hall is the work of Glass, who is the seether that Rigel was just negotiating with for like the entire book. All right, so we have our fedora wearing anti-religious stuff. Yeah, this whole thing I can just do. So next, we're gonna have El Shala trifle with a giant glass chandelier, the thing that she saw in the distance that was so burning bright, and it is gonna drop on top of their heads. She's gonna barely protect them. Somebody has to get injured, right, to like highlight how badly that they were hurt, or how badly she is messed up, like her inadequacy there. And this has to lead to like they almost get killed because of her fooling around. And so that would be like a couple of times. One, they got sucked through the red hell with El Shala, and then really it's like 4 or 5 times. So one, she's unable to defeat Fish. 2, she goes crazy at like a this big orb at the heart of the Manifold Labyrinth. 3, she's the one that gets them sucked into the Manifold Labyrinth at the 4 part. So it really is like a string of things that she has fucked up as the leader of this party. And I think it's a good turning point there. But so far, because I didn't know that I was working to that, we have to go back and rewrite a whole bunch of that. But it makes sense in the context of the story, right? You have to have Yellow Hat and Stirs are fed up. And so her... and this is another good thing. So previously, there was like a climactic scene where Yellow Hat decides that he doesn't want to get high anymore, and he like destroys the his pipe and blah 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 blah. Hopefully that hasn't already happened, but here, like her having the drug could be a way that she attempts to maintain control over them, which is a shitty thing to do and would reflect poorly on her character. But if we do that, and Yellowhead has decided that he doesn't want to get high no more, then it's another threat of her control that we can kind of snip away there. So a lot of work to happen on this chapter still, but I like this. To me is a much better lead into like the Shattered Halls. A lot of what I'm doing in this rewrite is trying to make the Rapasaurus itself more of a character. It's a book about a dungeon, right? So all the rooms that we take people into, they have to be cool. There needs to be neat shit happening in here. It needs to feel like an interesting place to go and have an adventure. And then later, I would like to do a stream where we, I want to do this as a solo RPG where people can just call in, try to get through the Rapasaurus. I have a generation mechanic that I've been working on for a little bit for the different one. Oh yeah, this is so long. Okay, and it also contains like a bunch of threads that I'm going to cut out of the later part of the story because I just don't think that they're effective. All right, but made some progress on that chapter. It's good. I'm not going to push it too hard this morning because I am just recovering from being sick, but I'm starting to regain my mana and made a new batch of coffee that is better than the swill I was drinking yesterday. I got to tell you, like, it is hard to find like a pre-made iced coffee that is any good at all. So I just make my own. I make it like 3 liters at a time. Well, 2.4 liters. It's like 3 liters of water in a pound and a quarter of coffee will make 2.4 liters of blah, 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 blah. It's like alchemy. So that's going good. Let me see what else is going on. I tried to do work yesterday, but I failed. It's just a useless piece of garbage, just playing League of Legends all day and just playing regular Vidya and just being fat, ordering Seamless and stuff. So today, now that I feel a little bit better, whatever malady was hitting me yesterday, I'm going to try and level up a little bit, get some work done, clean up my house a little, and try to make a good day out of it. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I know rewriting is boring for viewers, but, you know, like at least each of us can separately be getting something done here, maybe. Because this whole thing is just about following your dreams. No, it's about trying to actually do the work that you want to do in this life, even though it's hard and the rewards are illusory at best. I'm still going to be happier all day because I got this work done, and I didn't just like fuck off and get distracted by IRC or video games or whatever. I feel like if I make 4 pages of progress in a book that is 900 pages long there, then it's only going to take me another half a year if I could do that every day to do the whole thing. And this is just how fantasy novels go, like slowly, dopily plowing through it day by day until it's done, and then doing another, because it's fun when you're working on it and like actually enjoying the writing and stuff. And you could, if you were watching yesterday and like all week where I was like kind of dancing around it and so forth, you really need to work yourself up by degrees until you can get to the point where things are more flowing and you're more able to do whatever. You really just have to like trick yourself into staying there, eliminating some of the distractions, and then trying to plow your way through this whole thing. And I was able to do it for today. Tomorrow will be the same challenge all over again. And we got some new, if you are in Bedford-Stuyvesant and enjoy weird street graffiti made by an unknown person who uses the initials ZYZ, there's some new stuff out. I was out at 4 a.m. with my ladder. I should say, like, I don't know if you can call what I do graffiti, because everything is removable, and I'm not using paint. I'm using magnets. So I don't know if that really fits in. It's more like littering than graffiti, but it's not supposed to be there, and I would have to pay a hefty fucking fee if they caught me. So there is that aspect to it. But I like weird street art. I wanna be getting in there and doing it. It makes me feel alive. So, well, I think I'll call it for the day, and we'll get some more work in tomorrow. We have edited on stream every day in February, so we're like 15 or 16 days straight. I guarantee you, if we can stretch this out to like 300 days of doing this, although I am going to have to take like some days for vacation and so forth, if I can stretch this shit out to 300 days or so of a streak, barring vacations, we will complete this novel. In fact, I might even be able to just do it in another 100 days, right? Let's think about where 100 days would put us. That would be like the end of the summer. Like, let's really, if I set a goal of finishing this rewrite by October and of starting the edit by October 1st, we could complete this book potentially by the end of the year. And I'm now feeling like that's a realistic deadline. Before when I didn't really have like a good practice, I didn't know how long it was going to take, because like the end of the year might still be hopeful, because there's a lot of structure that needs revision in the second half of the book, where we have like a lot of good stuff in the first half of the book that I want to keep. The sections later in the book are much shittier. They haven't been edited as many times. So I'm going to try and set a goal of, let's see if we can finish this guy by 2024. Like, that would make me very happy to try and complete the rewrite by October 1st. And then if we can complete the edit by December 31st, I will feel like we're moving along at like a really good clip. So, I mean, these are all new tools in my arsenal right here. Like the, what is it? This thing here, this is new to me. Like this, trying to do like a deep analysis on what's working and what isn't working with the plot. That's new as of this book. We hadn't done it before. Like a few books back, we started doing the thing where we gave out points to people editing. And it was like during Gravid where I started editing on stream and so forth. So it's all like a continual practice of me trying to like level shit up and make it better and so forth. So yeah, I might start some whole writing based Discord that is just for me and people like me who don't want to deal. What's the way to say it? It would be nice to have like a writing based Discord where it's more geared towards men who want to write in these genres and who want to write primarily masculine fiction. And I'm not trying to surround myself with gay men or to exclude women from the spaces. But I will tell you that most of the writing groups that I participated in and most of the discords and so forth, they are either run by women or they're run by men who might as well be women, just because of the way that they socialize. And there's like a very like mother hen thing happening, and trying to protect people, and everything is good, and all positivity and so forth. Whereas I want to say that craft groups where they are dominated by men have like a much darker edge to them. There really is like a lot more competition and one-upsmanship, and those groups are much more difficult to hang together, which is why there are less of them. And men tend to not be good at organizing themselves into groups, and it also tend to be self-reliant and not really recognize the value of community until they are ass out and need help from friends. So that is something that's kind of in my mind right there. So I think about it because I've been effective at organizing sort of like an IRC community of people who just like prank phone calls and goofing off and fucking around on FNet. And I'm wondering, like, if I now have the skills and attention to do something similar with like science fiction and writing, because I don't think I'm going to make it in books and so forth on my own merits. I'm either not good enough or too weird or not disciplined enough. But I can potentially build something fun around me using the skills that I already have. So I'm thinking about it. Things that might include are some kind of meaningful critique group, some kind of like shared. I might do like a Clarion group. I don't like the Clarion group, but I definitely want to get like-minded writers and editors and readers and stuff like that on board around like a unifying principle where we don't have to be so fucking woke all the time. You know what I mean? I just want people to be able to say what they actually believe, and if what they believe is so fucking woke, that's totally fine. But I would like to have that environment where we don't suppress dissenting viewpoints so assiduously. You're like, I'm not trying to make like the like sick puppies or whatever Discord, or like Trump only fiction or something that's super right wing. Because I'm myself not right wing almost at all, right? But I really dislike how uniform the opinions are. Like the Overton window in science fiction writing spaces is like very, very narrow and very geared towards people who see the world like a little differently than I do, and in a way that I just don't enjoy a lot of the time. And when I'm in those spaces, I participate in their stuff, and I, deal with like the things that they have to do. But honestly, like you can go to the panels at like a particular writing convention, and there will be like really cool panels there about the business of the industry, panels about where you get to talk to science experts, and they talk about like, hey, this is like how this actually works. I went to a great panel where a surgeon was just telling us everything that you would ever want to know about what surgery is really like, and it was fascinating, like just that hour of there. But there are also tons of panels like how can we eradicate the history of colonialism for our writing, and like how to make your writing like more inclusive, more, and all that stuff has some merit to some point. But generally, reading the people who are like very into that, I'm less interested in it. It's not what's driving in my life. I'm more interested in, I want to say, like some of the concrete, crazy scientific ideas and so forth. And you can make more money like catering to that crowd because that's what's popular right now. But I like to establish something different. So that's just running through my mind. I'm going to see what I can do. It should probably not be branded with my own nickname or whatever. But yeah, I think I'm going to make a new space for doing this kind of thing. Just similar to what I do with my radio show. Because it's purely out of self-interest, by the way. I want to sell more books. I want to gain more power and and crush all opposition there. What was the other thing that I wanted to talk about while I have a silent audience here? So I'm reading Children of Time by, what is it, Adrian Char. What was his actual name? Yeah, Adrian Tchaikovsky. And so I had just read Elder Race by him, which is a novel. It's like a novella, right? And even though it had like a neurotic, he had like, so Elder Race had a neurotic protagonist on the same level as like Robert Silverberg's protagonist in Dying Inside. He was incredibly neurotic, and the whole story was like self-fixated. And I will tell you that the ending is trash, right? But that was the first time where I like cracked open a book and I read through the entire thing in one night. I like couldn't stop. It was a great book. Really interesting concept on like a fusion of lost colonies and feudalism and different social groups. He had no idea how to end that book. Just the antagonist in the book was stupid. In a way where I wish he had just hand waved it away, like they did in the first book of Annihilation. So hopefully no spoilers there. Like you may feel differently when you get to the book, but the actual book I would give something like an 88, right, for a novella, and so like an 88 out of 100 for a novella that I consider deeply flawed in its ending. It really tells you that the book is pretty good. So now I'm reading Children of Time, which I had taken a stab at previously, and the first chapters were too pat. It didn't really get me in, but just on the strength of Elder Race, I took another crack at it. I had to buy the print copy to even start getting through it. And now that I'm about a quarter of a way in, I am like now flying through chapters, like staying up late, reading like one more chapter and so forth. He's a good writer. And I very much enjoy the pacing in the story, and he has some great ideas there. I think he won like the Arthur C. Clarke award for it and so forth. So just if you like that kind of science fiction, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. And that's all. I'll talk like a little bit more about what's going on there. Today I am going to do a review of this device, and I'm going to make like a little just video of why you should not buy the Roland SH4D. So this is a Roland SH4D. It is a new synthesizer / sequencer / groove box. Spoiler, it's not good. And so I'm going to just do maybe like a 5 or 10 minute review that just says why it's not good and why I think there are better options for people who, and I like Roland gear for the most part. I really like, they make the best drum pad on the market, the SPD SX Pro. They make, to my mind, the best desktop looper on the market, which is the SP505 Mark II, right? What other Roland stuff do I have here? Roland owns Boss, too, and like I own more Boss guitar pedals than any other kind. What else is good? Their triggers for the drum triggers are good. I hear that their E-drums are really good. There's a lot of good stuff that's there, but their interfaces are always shit. And I think the execution of the SH4D, really what you get for the money is not good. I think if that product were like $300, it would be decent, but it's like $700. So I'm going to get into why I think it's bad, and maybe make a little video, because I've just been so lazy about making gear videos and stuff. I've been meaning to do it forever. Haven't done it, and it's time. All right. So I'm going to put some time into that. I want to do some, I want to do like a fair bit of working on art stuff today, cleaning up my house. I'm full of pep and vigor to do new stuff. I hope that you are too. Steal some of my enthusiasm, use it to do something worthwhile with your life. Don't let it just be another fucking lazy day. All right. Penis pump, and I'll see you